Good morning, traders, and this is your Aussie South African top 40-day trading setup for today. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. We do this every single day of the week. Come out with these 3 videos. Anyway, so still have some incorrect data here from JSE 24, which seems to happen every day, at every close, and it always seems to be dropping down at the bottom here for some reason. But anyway, I've got 3 lines drawn in. This first one here is the weekly open. Okay, and this top one here is the weekly close. It's also the daily close, and this one here is the daily open. Okay, so you can see we had a pretty strong weekly bar here. So this is fairly significant because it is a massive engulfing pattern. We are at a level here, if you look to the left, of a lot of congestion. Okay, so there could very well be some sellers sitting here, and the one area that I would be watching for is this area up here. Okay, now I'm just going to change colors here so that we can just make that blue. Okay, so that is our weekly level, and if you look to the left, you can see there's our inside bar or inside tail, and look at all these fractals here on the weekly. So that's definitely an area where you can expect some sellers coming in. Whether it's just profit taking and then the bulls stay in to push it up, or the bears could actually use that as an opportunity to drive this down again. Okay, so be wary. Just be very careful of this level. It is 52,516. Okay, so let's just move through the time frame. So here you can see weekly bottom. There's my weekly open down there. Okay, and then you can see how we rally all the way up. We've got gaps up rallying. We've got a crossover here, but we do have a potential turning that is brewing, especially with this oscillator agreeing as well. Okay, obviously you're looking for a level. The only level I can see is 52,516. Okay, so that's my warning. My warning is that this rally is getting a little bit tired. I should be looking for a level. My nearest level is right there, 52,516, and that's the area I should be looking for a bit of a pullback. Okay, now the problem with the daily is that the trend has only just changed, but look how high up we are of this move down, and this was a strong move down. Anyway, you got to be careful with this one. I think if we get down to the 3 hour, a 3 hour trend is strong. It is up at the moment, so you should be looking for entries to go long. As I said, just watch this area here. So I would still expect us to get for another opportunity to be long today, at least for today, until we get to this area. And I'd be taking profit at that area and watch to see what happens. Not necessarily jump in with a short, because it may push through based on the strength of the weekly bar. But it is well worth just keeping your eyes open and paying attention. Okay, so if we look at the 1 hour, same scenario, the trend is strong to the upside. Okay, so I would be picking up my levels off the hour. There's a nice level to be getting long, 51,742. And let's just go back to this weekly to put that level in. Okay, and you see where I'm picking it up. I'm picking it up off these inside tails here. And then it lines up nicely with some inside tails to the left. Okay. So, in other words, I'm looking for a nice long entry here at 51,742, and profit taking is 52,483. Okay, and that should give you a nice 700-point trade with a stop of 300. So this previous fractal here is where my stop would be. Okay, now if we get down to the half hour and we start looking at the closing range strategy, you can see closing range strategy worked out pretty well there it is there. There's my range target, my second range target, and then eventually my fourth range target. I don't have the third one in, but there's my fourth range target. In other words, if I drag this all the way across, you'll see what I mean. There's my fourth range target there. Okay, so for me, I suspect more of the same. And sorry, this big green candle doesn't help us because we can't really see what the hell's going on. And you can see the range target is ever so slightly higher than the level that I'm looking at. But it is a weekly level, so it is possible that it goes past it. It can actually travel quite a bit past it before coming back. But anyway, that is kind of the setup that I'd be looking for to play. So looking for a breakout of one of these two levels, and I'm going to try and pick them up for you now. Let's just zoom in. The one is there, and the other one is there. So break below 51,923. That brings this area here into play, which is 51,556. Okay, and a break up of 52,255 then brings that level into play. And if I just go to the weekly to double check, it's fairly close to where this level is. Okay, so that's kind of the setup that I have at the moment, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm just going to zoom out here. So I'm really looking for some structure, and I'm not even sure, even if we do break to the downside of the opening range, I think we may actually pick up some support. But the quick way around this is just to have a look at what's happening with our good friend Tencent, and that's up 2.5%. Nasdaq futures close is up at the moment, but Nasdaq closed up almost 2% on Friday. So I suspect we're going to gap. We should get a gap up and a pretty strong continuation rally. Rand dollar slightly down from last week, 14.96, so it's come back below the 15. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. I do suspect we're going to have a gap up and target this 52,640, 52,600 area. That's the area that I think we're going to target. And it's not an area that I want to hold it long on further than that, because I want to see what happens at that level. So I suspect the sellers step in there, that we have a relatively sharp move down. It may only be 1 or 2 bars, and that will give me another opportunity to get long for another attack at that level. Okay, so that's kind of my view for today. I'm looking for longs, but also just looking to take profits at the weekly levels. Okay, anyway guys, that's it for me. Hope it helps, and I'll catch you later. Cheers for now.